yeah. Get Up and Glow is so awesome.
Girl, please.
Riley, what are you talking about?
Uh-oh.
You love Get Up and Glow.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey.
Oh, why are our best friends always trying to hang out with us?
Because they love you.
We just went to their concert.
Right.
I mean, sure.
No.
But, like,
Okay.
What?
Breathe.
We had a great time.
Grace, you are not helping.
Oh, yeah, we had a great time.
Oh my God, don't do that to your friends. Okay, take it from me. Pretending to be someone you're not will always backfire sooner or later. It also shows how anxiety and envy can create false narratives. So Riley's anxiety about fitting in pushes her to lie, while her envy makes her feel she has to measure up to the new girls. And by exposing the truth, her best friends unintentionally challenge this false narrative, which exposes Riley's conflict between her real self and the image she's trying to project. And that's when social anxiety happens, actually, when you're forced to reconcile the two in front of everyone and you're not ready yet. No.
Night of my life.
Riley,
Well,
please
this
stop.
has been really fun. Extremely. But we're gonna go now.
Incredibly.
bye. This is the best band ever.
Michigan knows
Ever.
You'll do great. Just be yourself.
Yeah, well, being yourself is not her strongest suit at this point.
The long way did turn out to be a little longer than I thought. Anyway, who wants to sing a song? Oh,
Not me. Joy, at some point you really need to accept that things are not going great, right? So.
Okay, well, this isn't working, and that's fine. Everything
Is it?
I don't even recognize this place anymore.
I mean, that's
It's
kind of the
light
point
out
of
at
puberty.
1 in the morning.
I've never been inside so many jars in my life.
Yeah, you've been in only one.
Is gone.
And if Joy can't see that, well, then she's delusional.
I mean, guys, let's lay. Whoa.
Delusional? Of course I'm delusional! You know how
Yes,
it is to stay
finally.
positive all the time when all you folks do is complain.
Oh, finally, Joy.
Mother-loving toaster strudel.
Damn.
I have all the answers? Of course I don't. Anxiety is right. Riley doesn't need us as much as she needs them.
I mean, she needs you, but just in different
That
ways.
hurts.
But finally, there's some acknowledgement of pain. And finally, she's doing this without sadness. All right, guys, it's time. It's time to talk about Joy. So Joy, who has been the dominant emotion for so long, is finally confronted with the truth that she cannot be in charge anymore. Even after learning her lessons in the first movie about the importance of other emotions like sadness, she still has reverted back to her role as the leader in the end, still clinging to the idea that happiness should guide Riley through life. And as she says, she doesn't have all the answers, yet she still clings to being in charge. That's a clear cognitive dissonance. This scene highlights the emotional exhaustion that comes with trying to maintain this perpetual positivity, not only for herself, but for Riley as well. Because guys, it's unrealistic to expect constant happiness. Plus, by constantly acting as the fixer, Joy sets up this dynamic where the others have become almost helpless without her direction and help. They look at her if she's got all the answers, and because of that, they don't feel the need to actively contribute with solutions themselves. And this goes to show how even with the best intentions, we can create in others learned helplessness. But wait, there's more. You maybe have already noticed, but the rest of the emotions show nuance. They aren't just one-dimensional. Anger shows compassion, disgust makes sacrifices, and fear demonstrates courage. But joy has yet to access that complexity, it seems. Joy seems to be able to feel anything else than joy only while Riley goes through the high emotional intensity of ego restructuring, like in the first movie. It's only in those moments that she's forced to confront the reality that her approach doesn't work anymore, because in the rest of the time, she tends to distract Riley from that. That's why I think anxiety decided to bottle up the emotions to begin with, because I think she understood that joy will never give up leadership willingly. So in a way, joy is the reason why Riley has to go through yet another ego restructuring. Learning about oneself is a gradual process, so in the first Inside Out, she needed an ego restructuring to finally learn all emotions are needed. And now her attachment to the very idea that happiness should lead Riley's life is getting destroyed, which is a far more complicated process, because it's exactly this attachment the reason why joy has trouble accessing her own emotional complexity and why she clings on remaining focused on maintaining a constant state of positivity.
Joy, you've made a lot of mistakes, a lot.
Right.
And you'll make a whole lot more in the future. But if you let that stop you, we might as well lie down and give up now.
Well, actually, that does sound kind of nice.
Fear, please stop. Thank you. Disgust.
Come
Also,
on.
don't be so aggressive all the time. Oh, Beautiful. Very interesting. We see the healthy side of anger here. Something that anxiety desperately needs right now, but, well, anger in its healthy form brings the drive, the courage, the motivation that anxiety desperately needs to balance its cautious nature and help anxiety understand the importance of perseverance and accepting imperfection. It might sound counterintuitive, but anger and anxiety can actually work very well together. Anger can motivate anxiety to move forward even in the face of uncertainty, while anxiety can help temper anger's impulsiveness by adding thoughtfulness and caution. Together they create what is called a productive tension, which helps with the fear of failure or when paralyzed by perfectionism. Now, anxiety isn't there to hear this, but ironically, joy needs to hear the same exact message. Joy's people-pleasing tendencies mirror anxiety's focus on perfection, which is why Riley has internalized the belief that happiness and perfection are the keys to being loved and accepted, you see. Both joy and anxiety are stuck in their roles. Joy's need to be in charge of keeping Riley happy isn't just about maintaining positivity, guys. It's about maintaining the people-pleasing identity that Riley believes guarantees approval and acceptance and love. Giving up that identity would mean giving up the very idea of being liked and loved. This shows that joy and anxiety are more similar than different, really, at least in this context. They both need to learn the same lesson that anger is presenting, which is mistakes are part of life. Striving for perfection or constant happiness isn't sustainable. So both joy and anxiety need to let go of the rigid expectations they've internalized and learn to collaborate with the other emotions to create a more balanced and authentic emotional experience for Riley.
This is great.
Is it?
Firehawks have accepted us, but if Coach doesn't put us on the team, none of that matters.
But so you acknowledge it yourself. Okay. Oh yeah, we have anxiety acknowledging herself that unless Riley doesn't achieve a specific outcome, all of their efforts were useless. Now, if you think that way, that is a sign that you need to focus much more on the process instead of the outcome. So learning new skills, meeting new people is never useless. But if you see it as such, you might need some perspective. In the spiritual realm, this is often called non-attachment or detachment, and this concept has deep roots in Hinduism and Buddhism as well. In psychology, we refer to this as growth mindset, which emphasizes learning, resilience, adapting, and seeing each experience as an opportunity to develop new skills. In my sessions, I talk a lot about process orientation, which encourages my clients to value each step they take towards a goal and to find that fulfillment in the learning and growth that occur along the way, not just in the specific goal. If I'd counsel Riley, for instance, I would tell her that whenever she has an all or nothing thinking, that's called a cognitive distortion. And it's a signal her brain uses to communicate it needs perspective. So she can either use her imagination to create a different perspective or seek it from people around, or even both, like why not? So the exercise I give my clients is to think about 15 or 20 possible new perspectives, all different from each other, all different from the initial one. Now, the harder it is to come up with scenarios and perspectives, the more it means you are attached to the idea you're challenging, meaning it might be you have a bias, and that's how you discover it. Okay?
That ever happened.
I mean, that's kind of your job, so.